meeting to order. I have a special recognition I want to impart to everyone this morning. I want to take a few minutes now to recognize someone who has had a profound impact on Washington County. After 31 years of service, Kevin Doremus has announced his retirement as EMS Director, effective March 1st. Kevin began his career here as a paramedic in 1994. Over the years, he rose through the ranks. Kevin, hey, you need to be over here.
I'm good right here, boss.
I don't think so.
You'll have your turn. Come on, Andy. I want everybody seems to recognize who it is. Nobody here knows him, of course, right? Sure. Let's go back up a little. Kevin began his career here as a paramedic in 1994. Over the years, he rose through the ranks, earning the respect of his peers, his staff, and his community. Eventually promoted to serving as Director of EMS by Judge Dorothy Morgan. Correct?
You blame her.
Yep. She'll take that blame willingly, I'll assure you. But titles don't tell the full story. What defines Kevin's leadership is something deeper. It's called servant leadership. Kevin has always led by putting others first, his team, his patients, and the citizens of Washington County. Under his leadership, our EMS department didn't just maintain industry standards, it moved beyond them. Washington County EMS evolved from a standard operation into an innovative, industry-leading, patient-driven medical organization. Today, because of that leadership, we have substations strategically located throughout the county. We have an air ambulance program, a rural clinic in Burton that is currently in development, which will improve access to care through telehealth services. More information will be coming soon about that project. The air ambulance service in particular has been transformative, improving patient outcomes while generating revenue that helps offset EMS operation costs. That kind of strategic thinking doesn't just happen by accident. Kevin also led the EMS department and the county through some of the most challenging moments in recent history. The floods, hurricanes, severe winter storms, Snowmageddon, for instance, and COVID-19. Who could forget COVID-19? He was forefront on that one all the way with our station down there for all the immunizations that we did. Through every challenge, he remained steady, thoughtful, and focused on people first. In his resignation letter, Kevin describes serving Washington County as the greatest blessing of his professional life. That humility speaks volumes. While we're going to miss him in this role, we're fortunate that he will continue serving our region through the Texas Division of Emergency Management as Region 8 Section Chief. So while Washington County is losing an EMS director, Texas is gaining an experienced emergency management leader. Kevin, your legacy here is not just aircraft, stations, or programs. No, it is greater than that. It is culture, it is trust, it is service rooted in putting others first. And for that, Washington County will always be grateful. Kevin?
Thank you.
Like to say something, sir?
No, I would not.
Shake your hand. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I've said enough over the years, so y'all don't need to hear from me, but I appreciate it. I think when I started this, it was, I just want to be a little old paramedic in a little old town. I think we've done that, right? So we'll call it a success. Thank you.
I think it's more than a success, but anyway, thank you. How humble can you be? All right, thanks again, Kevin. We appreciate your service.
I'd love to stick around and listen to TJ one more time, but. Any quarter, TJ? Hour of my lifetime. Thank you.
Okay, we'll call Commissioners Court to order. Tuesday, February 24th, 2026 at 9:04 a.m. And Commissioner Corn, would you do the honors, please?
Yes, John Sims will lead us in our invocation.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
I apologize for my voice, I'm nursing a cold, but if I may I start off with a little scripture and then get into the prayer? I think it's apropos, 1 Timothy chapter 2. First of all, then, I urge the supplication, prayers, and intercessions and thanksgivings be made for all people, for kings and all who are in high positions, that we may lead a peaceful and quiet life, godly and dignified in every way. Let us pray. Father God, we acknowledge that the life of a leader is filled with challenges, and prayer is essential to navigate these complexities and issues of our day. So today, Lord, we want to bathe all our leaders, local, state, and national, in prayer to receive your guidance, your strength, and your wisdom. Lord, we pray that leaders will seek your will and govern in a manner that honors you and the citizens they represent. We ask these things in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Join in the pledge. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Item number 3, discussion and possible action of approval of pending Washington County Expo rental regulations contracts. This morning we have 3 of those. They'll be popping up on that screen any moment. There we go. The Quinceanera, a hometown dinner by Brenham Next in Jarvis Bennett, formal, semi-formal event center, and Chapel Hill Volunteer Fire Department annual barbecue cook-off.
I make a motion to approve the pending Washington County Expo rentals and give the judge permission to sign.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, discussion and possible action on the approval of the authorization to issue request for proposals, RFPs, for administrative services for the 2024 Disaster Community Development Block Disaster Recovery Programs, 2024 Disaster CDBG DR, administered by the Texas General Land Office, the GLO, Harrison Williams.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Good morning.
All right, so this is just a request for admin services to help with the grant process for this GLO opportunity.
Okay.
And we're going to use GrantWorks? Is that what the?
We have to go out for
RFQs?
RFPs,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
if they choose to apply,
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
and we will award to
'Cause I
the
know at
most
one time we
qualified
had-
applicant.
We had that set up too.
Yeah, there was a,
Right.
But
think
we
that
don't,
expired.
this doesn't apply?
Expired.
Okay.
Doesn't apply to this.
Then I make a motion to authorize to issue grants for proposal for administrative services for the 2024 Disaster Community Development Block Grant, Disaster Recovery Grant, 2024 Disaster CDBG-DR, administered by the Texas General Land Office.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
thank you.
Number 5, discussion and possible action to approve the appointment of Renee Miller and Gail Smith to the Washington County Historical Commission for the remainder of the 2026-27 term. Ms. Douglas? Good morning.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. Thanks for
Morning.
entertaining us this morning, and quite the speech on Doremus. Well done. We are asking that the appointment of Renee Miller and Gail Smith to the Washington County Historical Commission. Both avid historians. Renee served years ago with Mr. Dietrich, and had a job to do, so she went and did that. And now we're honored that she would like to join us. Gail Smith is going to take over for the History in the Classroom program from Sherry Frank, so that we can carry that forward. We presented that to over 800 junior high school students and brought its first account renditions of events in Texas history. It's been very successful. So look forward to your approval and would really appreciate you approving those two to be on our commission.
A motion to approve the appointment of Renee Miller and Gail Smith to the Washington County Historical Commission for the remainder of the 2026 through 2027 term.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
I just want to say thank you to you guys for doing that. It's always great to have good volunteers like that in an organization like the Historical Commission.
They really are. They're super solid. Anybody wants any more details on our projects that we have ongoing, there's a meeting on the 10th of March at 2 p.m. at the Annex. Love to have anybody who's curious about that.
Well,
join
thank
us.
you.
Okay.
Thank you for what you do for the Historical
Yep.
Commission.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding acceptance of a $15,000 donation from Geo Southern Energy Corporation for the purchase of a K9 narcotic canine for the Washington County Constable Precinct 4. Mr. Rollins?
Good morning, Commissioner and Judge. Here with Blake Henry and Jim Fenner, representative of Geo Southern. With the passing of Aspen, they've offered to make a donation of $15,000 towards purchase of another canine. The canine program has been successful. We've put quite a few people in jail with the good narcotic canine, and would like to continue the product or the progression from Washington County.
Okay. And you're willing to take this on again and
Yeah.
take care of this
Yes.
stuff? Did a great job with Aspen, so
Thank you.
we're looking forward to this one as well.
I make a motion to accept the $15,000 donation from Geo Southern Energy Corporation for the purchase of a narcotic canine for the Washington County Constable Precinct 4.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion?
I just want to say thank you to you gentlemen
Yeah.
for
Yes, thank you. Thank
the
you for
support
the donation.
for this project, and thank you for what you do for Washington County.
Yes. Thank y'all very much. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Can I grab those?
I can't stop you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Rush.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good to see you. Thank you.
Okay, we had a motion and a second to number 6. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, discussion and possible action on the approval to change order number 1 to the contract with South Texas BuildCon LLC for the jail roof project in the amount of $25,900, increasing the total contract amount to $383,900. Mr. Brabham?
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. The project is going very well. I'm pleased with the work. They're meeting all the standards. But as you know, as a project this big, as you get into it, you start finding other things that need to be repaired or that you need to do to add, enhance it and make it stronger and keep up with the warranty. I'd like to go over these items real quick. We'd like to install some more working pads while the workers are up there working. It's just for protection. We had to lift 3 small air conditioners. The standard is anything above 5 inches, they mechanically fasten it. Anything lower than 5 inches, they have to lift the machine up. So we had to do that for 3 of them. Some of the old dryer vents, we had them repair them while they were there. They put new metal on them and wrapped them. They canceled out a whole bunch of, that place just had stuff coming up everywhere in it. But we cleaned it up. We cleaned the roof up. The back portion that had the most water coming in, when we removed part of that tar and that gravel, it was attached to that gutter, and that gutter was just trash. So We'd like to go ahead and replace that 100-foot of gutter back there and 6 downspouts. One thing we do keep in mind, they're probably about 75% completed with this project, so they're well ahead of it. But there is a couple of obstacles that we're looking at, and we're working our way through them. One is the lightning protection program, or system that's up there. I can't find any records of where it was last tested, and that might become an issue. I'm hoping it's not. There's a good possibility the lightning protection that Chapel Hill installed on the new one, that we could just attach all that to that. But it will be installed and tested to get it going. And there's probably 175 feet of old gas line since they moved the laundry room. There's a 2-inch gas main that's laying on top of that roof. When they get the dryers all moved over and completed, we're gonna have to remove that gas line off that roof. And we're gonna leave that main penetration through that one roof because it's a newer cover. With this add-on, it still puts us, we didn't accept the lowest bid. We went with the next lowest bid, and this still puts us about 10 grand cheaper than the third place bid. So, and we're well within the budgeted money that you put back for this project.
Well, this is one of those things, you do it now while you're up there, or you come back later and have to do it.
Absolutely, Judge. I'm
The
happy with the
gutters.
project.
The gutters and the downspouts, you gotta fix them now.
Yes, sir.
And anytime you're doing a renovation project, there's always little.
Found that out with the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you do it now. Okay,
I motion to approve a change order number 1 to the contract with South Texas BuildCon LLC for the jail roof project in the amount of $25,900, increasing the total contract amount to $383,900.
I'll second that.
motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you both.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioner.
Item number 8, discussion and possible action to retain the law firm of Allison Bass McGee LLP as legal counsel for assistance with Washington County Jail emergency power and generator upgrade project with W Industries of Texas LLC, and authorizing county judge to execute a retainer agreement for these services. Okay, with this consist of, Ms. Renee, would you like to elaborate on this one?
Well, this particular situation, we feel that we need outside counsel to pursue further legal action if possible to resolve this matter in a way that's favorable to both Washington County and equitable to W Industries.
Okay. I motion to retain the law firm of Allison Bass McGee LLP as legal counsel for assistance with Washington County Jail emergency power and generator upgrade project with the W Industries of Texas LLC, and authorizing the county judge to execute a retainer agreement for these services.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, discussion and possible action to retain the law firm of Allison Bass McGee LLP as legal counsel for assistance with agent security surveillance camera system installation, and authorizing the county judge to execute a retainer agreement for these services.
Same thing, different project.
Yes.
I motion to retain the law firm of Allison Bass McGee LLP as legal counsel for assistance with agent security surveillance camera system installation, and authorizing the county judge to execute a retainer agreement for these services.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 10, discussion and possible action on approval of the UCMS participation agreement between Washington County District Clerk's Office and the State of Texas Court Administration, the OCA, including vendor selection, Tyler Technologies, Inc., and authorization for the county judge to exercise the agreement. Carly's not here, okay. Yeah, she's important. Okay.
This is a part of that process and trying to get the, oh.
Yeah, so basically this is, so the OCA kind of governs all the courts in the state. And the district clerk and I kind of found a way, the OCA, now the state has provided funds to pay for the case management system. And this is kind of that agreement for the state to fund our software moving forward.
I make a motion to approve the UCMS participation agreement between Washington County District Clerk's Office and the State of Texas Office of Court Administration, including vendor selection, Tyler Technologies, and authorization of the county judge to execute the agreement.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11, discussion and possible action on approval of a UCMS participation agreement between the Washington County Clerk's Office and the State of Texas Office of Court Administration, including vendor selection, Tyler Technologies Incorporated, and authorization for the county judge to execute the agreement. Mr. Prenzler?
Same thing, just from my office.
Correct. Okay.
I make a motion to approve the UCMS participation agreement between Washington County Clerk's Office and the State of Texas Office of Court Administration, including the vendor selection, Tyler Technologies Incorporated, and authorize the county judge to execute the agreement.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12, presentation of the IT quarterly report. Mr. Harris?
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. This is actually a closeout for the year, so it should be pretty quick because we're just going over some basic stuff. So if you can scroll down to the next page, please, 31. I'm sorry, 27 is where I need to be. Oh, I guess my numbers are different. I apologize. Go ahead and go back up to that first.
Pages are different.
One more.
It's the big part.
Keep on going.
One more.
All right. This breaks down the projects by status. We actually had 14 new projects that we've entered in over the course of last year. We had one in flight in last February's report. We currently have 15 completed, and you'll see actually the trend line on that is actually really good. We've noticed since we've been going to projects that usually span now more years. In other words, we don't get them complete in the calendar year. They actually take a little bit longer. Most of that is due to funding, actually having it budgeted and what have you. And the length of the projects are getting more complicated, especially with all the applications we've been bringing on. But the completion status is on track year over year. So if you can go to the next one more. There we go. We made a change. We actually added this slide. There you go. And it actually shows the actual projects by customer. You'll notice on the county one, those are projects that affect at least 5 different functional areas within the county, and so they're considered countywide projects. EMS is a large customer for us with regard to projects. One of the reasons for this is about 2 years ago we sat down with the EMS director and we went through projects that they'd had that they wanted to actually complete and everything, and some of them had been sitting around for several years. And so we sat down, we spent probably about a month going through these, and so we collected, I think it was about 30 projects, and some of these still are waiting to be funded. But we've been able to complete about 10 major projects at that location. And I think this year we'll actually see that trend go down. So we expect countywide projects to probably be the #1 customer. Okay, next slide, please. This is tickets by department. We've made a change this year. We used to separate our incident tickets and our request tickets. A request is a request for new service, new telephone, new computer, something like that. Incident is a break fix, which basically means that it is a production service and there's a problem with it. Most of the time, it's an account-related issue or what have you. You'll see on average, last year we're doing about 300 combined tickets, combined incidents and requests and everything. And given our size of an organization at an FTE of about 275, it's actually a relatively high volume. But one of the trends we've seen over the course of the last 3 years is we had a lot of break fixes and a handful of requests. We now actually are at about a 50-50 break-even split, and that's why we've actually combined them. Because at the end of the day, it's just a bucket of work. Requests typically take longer. They may take as long as a month, depending on the type of request. Okay. Next slide, please. This actually shows the ticket distribution. The biggest thing is notice that the close and the request complete, and this is a separation between break fixes and requests are high volumes. 3,500 total ticket volumes, about 3,600, 300 per month. And you'll see that on any given day we may have anywhere from 40 to 50 open tickets, which is pretty typical given our ticket volume. Okay, next slide, please. This actually shows the survey. So we've been doing traditional surveys. We've been submitting surveys out to the group, and the surveys go out to people that have an email address. The assumption here is that if you have a Washington County email address, you're a customer of our service, and that you're actually using that email, which means that you're using 25% or more of your time probably on the computer. And ultimately, we use the same metric that we use for cybersecurity training on that. So we've actually seen an increase. We were at about 240 2 years ago, then 250. Now we're about 260 in that. So the denominator for the actual response rate is 260 subscribers. And you'll notice that our response rate for the last survey that closed out on 2/13/2026 was 32%. Industry standard is 25%. We actually try to target 40% or more. And you'll see it's actually dipped and then come up. And that usually is indicative of the volume of people and the responses that you get. Now, the questions that we ask are very basic, and I'll go through those real quick. Overall satisfaction, timeliness, courtesy of the specialist, and first-time call resolution. But what we really look for are the actual responses. And actually in Appendix B, you'll see the responses. Every survey that we've had, the number of actual written responses, it's an open-ended question, do you have any recommendations for us, has gotten less and less and less. And what we try to focus on are the actionable responses, meaning, hey, I had this problem, this issue, and this is what the end result was, and then we say, okay, this is what we can do. We actually only had 2 actionable responses on this one, and they were taken care of once the actual request or the ticket, the incident ticket, had come in. So that's a good sign, but it also means it's a little bit harder to, get a direct benefit from the surveys. So what we're doing is we're going to be migrating over the course of this year. We send out end of ticket surveys. So when you put a service request in, once it gets closed out, we send you an email saying, hey, can you go ahead and rate us? Okay. And it's basically a 5-point Likert scale. 1 not good, 5 really good. Unfortunately, our response rate is less than 3% on those, so we need to get that up to 25% before it becomes meaningful, which basically means we're going to figure out a way to make sure that the customer wants to respond. The reality of the situation, since it's really a 1-question survey, are you satisfied with the completion of this ticket, that it should take literally seconds to do. So we're going to be working over the course of the next several months, figuring out how we can get that to 25% or more response rate. And then if you look at the ticket volume for the last year at 3,600 tickets, if we get 25% response rate, it'll definitely give us, it's about 900 responses. That's a good indication that the survey information is legitimate. Okay. Next slide, please. This is the network stats by location. Our target is to have 99.9% uptime. We call that 3 nines. If you'll look at the bottom right corner in uptime, you'll see 99.92. So we're achieving that. That's over the last 90 days. We pulled this information from a system that we use to track the different remote sites and the different services and everything. It's called Uptime Robot. And if you look at Appendix D and Appendix C, System Status Report and the System Outage List, you'll see that we're actually achieving that. And that's an overall uptime for the entire organization. Okay. Most of the time, the sites that have the biggest challenges are the ones that would be the remote sites, which typically is EMS for us. All right. Next slide, please. Okay, As you're well aware, we moved from cash-based accounting to accrual-based accounting. That made a few changes. It's one-time change, and I just wanted to highlight these. I did talk to the auditor and make sure that I was thinking about this correctly and that it was okay to discuss this.
Yeah.
Real quickly, you'll notice on that we manage two budgets. One of them is actually the IT department budget, which is the budget for funding IT services, which is almost all personnel costs, okay? The other one is actually the technology services. You're well aware, over the course of the last 3 years, we've been consolidating technology services for the county at the 4,000 account, and we're doing that so we can say, hey, what's our cost for software, what's our cost for hardware at the county level? It was decentralized. We had decentralized communications, cell phones and stuff. We had decentralized copy machines and everything. We've now consolidated that. We still have a little bit more to do, but we're probably 97% looking at it holistically for the entire organization for technology services. So specific to 0105, which is the IT department, you'll see it was 7% over. This was due to the fact that we had 2 additional pay periods in this due to the migration to accrual-based accounting, and so that was about a $32,000 delta, which basically shows that overage would not have existed had we not made that one-time change, okay?
Right.
And then with regard to 4,000, we had 5 quarterly payments for our copy machines. Quarterly payments is $20,000, so we had an additional $20,000. So if you look, that delta is $17,000, so it basically means had it not been for that one-time change, that overage would not have existed.
Right.
Okay, next page, please. Biggest thing here is we now have a nearly completely trained system administrator, nearly completely trained network administrator, and we have a trained IT technician, 100%. Everybody's been on the team for over a year now. One of the nice things, as you're well aware, we've moved to the IT building. We've been in there almost a year now. Thank you very much for allowing us to upgrade that facility to be in concert with the ATS building, so they actually look very consistent. They're putting on the awnings today, so it looks very nice. The team has done their training. They've done a really good job of getting trained, and they've also gone out of their way to do additional things like certifications. So both Sean and Donnie have achieved several certifications over the course of the last year, and they've done this on their own. They're applicable to what we're doing, but they are not required by any means. So Sean specifically is continuing his education. He'll have his bachelor's degree completed shortly, and part of his degree program for information technology is working on those certifications. The last thing I want to bring up is, you might remember during budget, we showed a 5-year running average increase. It was about 537% on the number of services and systems that we support, and that comes to what's known as a CAGR, or a compounded annual growth rate, of about 44.82%. So if this was an investment, it would be a very, very good investment. And what it means is the area of coverage, area of responsibility, the types of services that we provide have increased almost 50% per year over the last 5 years. So that is my report.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
TJ.
Item number 13, presentation of the Sheriff's Office monthly report. Sheriff Holloway?
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning.
So what I'll be presenting this morning is our January 2026 monthly report. We'll just go ahead and jump in with page 1 here, which is our NIBRS report. Our Group A offenses, we see we had an 81% clearance rate of 21 offenses with 6 arrests. And our Group B offenses, we had a 45% clearance rate of 33 offenses with 16 arrests. So overall, that gives us a 59% clearance rate for January, 54 offenses, 32 cleared with 22 arrests. And our juvenile offenses, we had 1 offense and cleared that for 100% clearance rate. So if we go to page 2, that is our monthly activity report. So the total number of inmates booked into jail decreased from 120 to 95 last month. And our average daily population went up from 95 to 99. And we currently have, well, we had 5 vacancies at the, when this report was generated. 3 of those were jailers who are going to the police academy as cadets. We have backfilled 2 of those, and we are still going through some additional applications there. If we jump down to the law enforcement division, you see we have 11 vacancies in there. 3 of those are filled up with the cadets. One of those vacancies is in administration, 1 is in CID, and the rest are on patrol right now. Yeah. Some of the comparative categories in the activity report include our assist calls decreased by 2 to 27. Our false alarms increased from 38 to 53. A big jump in that was due to the weather-related event we had in January. I think we had 14 false alarms at one place. But that was the reason for that big jump there. Our adult arrests increased by 1 from 70 to 71. Our welfare concerns went from 49 to 43, and our motor vehicle crashes decreased from 40 to 37. And our loose livestock calls also fell from 58 to 52. And if we look at our overall traffic enforcement, our citations decreased from 113 to 89, and our warnings increased from 245 to 297 for the month. If we look at our reckless driver calls, they decreased from 17 to 11. And our arrest warrants that we served, they rose from 42 to 83 for the month.
That's a big jump. Why is that?
A lot of times they are ongoing investigations. Once they get to that point to where we can get that warrant issued, then we do that. A lot of times it has to do with people being captured elsewhere in the state on our warrants, and then we go and we serve those warrants. So our overall incident responses decreased by 72 from 2,456 to 2,384 for the month. And our criminal cases and case reports filed with prosecutors increased from 31 to 38 and 120 to 128 respectively there. And we also received $14,470.15 in donations. So I'm very thankful to our donors out there. That gives us the opportunity to do some really special things for our personnel. Page 3 is our City of Burton activity report. We kind of revamped that way that we're doing that, and the calls are we're going through and identifying the ones that actually take place in the city. Previously, it was reported just within that zip code of Burton. So we're narrowed that down as best we can. So what we're looking at is an overall 104 calls compared to 67 the previous month. Most of those are close patrols and business checks. Yeah. So page 4 is our crimes graph. And so as we see, this is the first month of the year. We don't have a lot of comparative stuff to look at right now. So we're sitting at 33 for Group B and 21 for Group A. And page 5 is our property crimes. We had 1 theft in the county and 0 burglaries. And see, page 6 would be our traffic enforcement. Like I said, I had 37 crashes in January. Last year we had 30 crashes in the same month. So just a small comparison there. And then page 7 shows the crash heat map. What I want to point out here is that you don't see any red on this map, so that means that you don't have a whole lot of concentration in one area. They're kind of widespread, still along our main corridors, 290, 36, 105, and 50. But as far as being located in one area, they were a little more spread out in January. So on page 8 is our criminal arrest graph. So we had a total of 6 arrests for Group A and 16 for Group B. And page 9 is our breakdown in jail bookings by agency. The Sheriff's Office booked in 46, Brenham PD booked in 44, and our other law enforcement agencies that operate in Washington County booked in 5 for the month. And then page 10, our average daily population, like I said earlier, was at 99. And last year, for the month of January, was 95. So it's gone up a little bit. Page 11 breaks down our jail bookings by gender. And we see that we booked in 19 females and 76 males, no pregnant females for the month. And so page 12 is a new graph. I wanted to put this in there to show our inmate transport and how many we do. You know, what the transports include are inmates that we transfer to TDCJ, we take them ourselves, or bench warrants that we deliver or receive, emergency room visits, medical appointments, MHMR, detainers, city court, JP court, things of that nature. So anytime that we're taking an inmate out of our facility to somewhere to go do something, that's considered a transport for us. And I wanted to have the opportunity to track that to show what that activity looks like.
So you mentioned sometimes your warrants were up because people are captured outside of our county.
Correct.
In that situation, if somebody's arrested downtown Houston and they've got somebody and they need to come back here, who is responsible for transporting them back here?
We are. Yes, the sheriff's office is.
And that happens pretty regularly?
That happens pretty regularly. You know, and it's a hit or miss type thing, you know. But yes, whenever we have a warrant that is issued out of Washington County and we're going to extradite on it, and that individual is captured somewhere else, whether it's in-state or out-of-state, we go in and get them and bring them back to answer for the charges they have here.
And same goes if we arrest somebody here and they need to go to Montgomery County comes and gets them.
Correct. Yes. And so page 13 is our city of Burton graph. Like I said, there was 104 calls on that. And I think that is it.
Sheriff, while you're up
Any
here,
questions?
you know, there's been a lot of information about what's going on in the jail, so I thought since you were coming up here, this would be a good opportunity for you to tell everybody how the last inspection went.
Well, our last inspection was an unscheduled inspection is what they call it. We call it a surprise inspection. The inspector just shows up, knocks on the door and says, "I'm here to look at your stuff."
Yeah.
Of course, that creates a lot of angst, right? It's like, oh, what's he gonna find, right? What's he gonna look for? But the inspector came in, he looked at all those critical items, talked to the staff, and completed his report. And he was very complimentary on the way that the jail is being kept, the way it's being run, the way that the inmates behave. He said, y'all have happy inmates here. I said, well, we do everything that we can, you know, we do everything that we can. Happy inmate keeps us out of litigation. You know?
Out of the county attorney's office. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So yeah, he was very complimentary. He was complimentary of our ability to keep and maintain that facility, even though it's an aging facility. It's in good shape, and my maintenance crew does an incredible job of keeping things operating in there. And we are the jail kitchen. He was very complimentary of. He was super. Use the word excited. Jail inspector never gets excited, okay? but he liked the plans that we have to use the space that's in the jail for other purposes. So like with the laundry room project we have going on right now, our current laundry room is going to be moved to where the old kitchen was, and that's going to free up space where we can then expand and have more offices and things of that nature inside the jail facility itself. Yeah, so absolutely. So I want to say thank you to the Commissioners Court for allowing us to maintain that facility in such a way that it receives the voluntary commendation of the inspectors.
Well, it's a professional relationship that goes both ways.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you and Mr. Ballard, because I know Mr. Ballard's done a very good job over there running that jail. And he he invited me to spend a shift down there, and you allowed that to happen.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate the opportunity to spend a day with the jailers and the shift. I do see what they go through on a daily basis, so appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate the inspector appreciating our new kitchen facility.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's been a very good investment for us.
Oh, and I might add that the executive director of the commission actually threw a compliment out to this court for providing its vital support. So just in case y'all hadn't read that, I just thought I'd share.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, absolutely.
And of course, he's
And the roofing
spoke wonders of
project,
your team.
that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Yeah, it'll eliminate all the leaks that we've,
There's going to be a day when we're not under construction over there or doing something. We did the roof, the generator, the jail kitchen, the laundry room. I mean, it's been a lot of projects.
It really
over
is.
Really has.
It really is. And-
But
and-
it's
You
all
guys are
over
gonna be in
the
good
has-
shape after
ha-
that laundry
yeah.
room's done, because there's a lot, I've been explained how that's gonna work, and
Yeah.
it's designed for the future, so you guys will have some expansion there.
Absolutely.
If you need it.
absolutely. I don't think
Um,
so.
It wasn't that, it's not, Mr. Ballard did a good job of maintaining it and keeping me out of trouble. You can possibly get in trouble there, so just so you know.
Well,
Mr. Ballard did a good job of that.
Very
most
good.
people don't fully get to understand the requirements and the statutory obligations required of our corrections officers. And, you know, in my personal opinion, it's a liability minefield. And so you've got to have the right leadership, the right culture, which y'all have cultivated in there, which I think is very beneficial for the team. So,
Yeah.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Okay.
All right.
Sheriff.
Thank you,
you.
Sheriff.
Okay, we need to vote on this.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the sheriff's office monthly report.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
All
Thank
right.
you, Sheriff. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
report.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Item number 14, presentation of the following monthly reports. County Clerk, Mr. Prensler.
All right, good morning. Mine's gonna look a little different this month. Decided to kind of focus on some different things. You can go to the next ones. There you go. So here's our revenue, 61,000. It's pretty well a normal month in the 60s for us. Our average daily revenue was about 3,400. Decided to kind of give you a breakdown of where that money's coming from. So your general on there is basically anything not court related, so that's recording, mostly just recording, copy fees, things like that. So the general and criminal obviously drive our revenue there. So if we go to the next slide, something else that I decided to focus on was, you know, you see us bringing in 61,000. That money doesn't all stay with us. So I kind of broke it down on where our money's going. This has always been in the report on the ledger sheet, but here's kind of a chart. So about a third of it stays in our office. But something I want to highlight is the fines. That goes to Road and Bridge for road maintenance. So that's about 25% of the money we collected goes there. Some of our money goes to the county attorney, the sheriff's office, constables, county court of law judge, and then there's some like records management funds as well that collect some of that. So just thought that would be kind of interesting to highlight that
No, thank you for
where the
that.
money goes
Yeah.
once we collect it. You know, we act as the collection agency for court of law.
Right.
So we kind of distribute that out. Next slide is our public records filed. We had 561 and 4 plats. Kind of a little below average month for us. Usually we have about 600 a month. Vital records, 29 births recorded, 38 deaths recorded. We're seeing our deaths are slowly creeping up every month. And then we had 18 marriage licenses issued. Next slide is our county court at law cases. We've got cases filed and disposed. We had 45 criminal, 11 probate, 1 new guardianship, and 18 civil cases. Civil cases is higher than normal. We're starting to get condemnation cases for the 290 construction file. So it's about a third of those were those condemnation cases. And dispositions, 57 criminal and 2 civil. And that is all I've got for you.
No, thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
I
All
appreciate
right.
the report.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I like the new report.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Good.
The graphs are wonderful.
Progressive, that's very good. Okay, district clerk's report. Kaney's in court this morning, so did y'all have any questions or comments about the district clerk's report?
No, sir.
Did not.
Okay, move along then to the auditor's report. Ms. Hollis?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Glad
morning.
to see Commissioner Corn back today, feeling better. Good to have you back. Since it's January, not a lot of data yet, but each month represents 8.33%, so we should be around a little under 92% to be collected or expended. The general fund for revenue collected, 70% remaining. We should collect that this month. It's from the tax collection, so EDS 64% remaining. Expenditures, general fund 93% remaining to expend, and EDS is 96%. The sales tax was up this month compared to last year by $33,645, so that puts us at 8.6% of budgeted amount collected. ARPA funding, there is $291,849 remaining to be spent, which is already allocated. That's just the balance of that fund. And then year-to-date interest that's not included in that prior amount, $564,757.
Great.
My staff completed the 2024 audits for all the departments in the county. And what they do is they test samples of different things. So for the courts, they would pull anything for jail time served and make sure all the documentation is there, fines and fees, the receipting, any voids are properly documented. And then we had a couple of surprise cash counts too as well. The outside auditors were here doing interim audit work, and they go and sit with the department each time they're here and observe. And they were with JP1 for half a day, I guess, and they really commended on how well that their processes are there, and said that Judge Weiner and Beth Ann did a great job. So that's comforting to hear for sure.
That's wonderful.
And I think this is the first time an audit firm has came and done that, and so I find that very comforting for the county that they are doing that.
Yeah,
I think they visited you too prior and said that you all had a great system there too. So
Very good.
I appreciate that.
I'm glad to hear it.
That's all I got.
No
Okay,
questions here?
thank you, Ms. Hollis.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Justice of the Peace report. Any questions or comments about the Justice of the Peace report?
Nope.
Okay, tax assessor collector, Ms. Gaskamp.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning.
We collected $266,928.79 for the month of January. And most of that was from the state that gives us additional fees in January and February. And then in March, we will get our commission for sales tax collections. We had 124 mail-in registrations. We did 772 title transfers. We registered 3,756 vehicles, and we handed out 129 permanent placards for the month. We collected $727,248.40 in sales tax that's remitted weekly to the state or the comptroller. We did collect $810 in TABC fees. We're still working on getting the program going with Senate Bill 1008.
By the time you get it done, there'll be a new
Yeah, it'll be a
legislature.
new
and
bill.
New bill.
Yeah.
They'll give you a new one.
right.
Try to digest.
Y'all have any questions?
No,
No,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
appreciate it. Okay, treasurer's report, Ms. Kramer.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. Starting out the year, 1 month, the interest on the investments, a little over $170,000, so we're doing well there. We have canceled a whole bunch of those because bills and payroll and stuff does, we have to keep funding all of that, so.
Really?
But now that we've got tax money in, I'm starting to be able to do some more investing and stuff, and then we're holding back funds, of course, for projects and stuff, so it's kind of a shuffle that we're working on. We did all of the first of the year, I should say, payments, all of the guys from Tom Green County are paying us. We could not have better people out there paying us. Those guys are very punctual. All of the first of the year bills and stuff, all of that's been done too in January. But as I love to say, everything balances.
Very good.
Okay.
Questions
Thank
and
you.
comments? Thank you, Ms. Kramer.
Sure.
Okay, constable's report. Any questions or comments about the constable's report? Elections report. I think she may be a little busy, so I don't know where she is, what's going on with that, but anyway, Ms. Jackson and her crew are doing a great job of running early voting, for sure. Okay, Veterans Report, Mr. Purcern.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good
Morning.
Usual report, start of the year, January. So we had 254 contacts. If you could go back one slide, please. There. 254 contacts and 82 forms completed on behalf of veterans and dependents. That includes claims. We did military honors for Leslie Meyer, Percy Norris, Daniel Krause, David Rowling, Abby Fries, and Beryl Dietzman. That was done, those honors were performed by the Brenham Honor Guard, and most in conjunction with the branch of service that veteran was a part of. If you could go to the next slide, please. So on the year, 2026 represented just by 1 month, and the others to the left of that, completed years. You see that 82 is well above average for a month, and 254 is also typically above average except for last year, 2025. Questions, commissioners? Judge?
No, Mr. Purcern, your next reporting period, the report that you gave to the director's meeting, we'd like for you to present that to the court so everyone knows what your office actually does. Those 8 items that you pointed out to us.
Yes, sir.
I think you amazed the rest of the directors, the depth and the detail and the services you provide to our veterans. That was eye-opening. I mean, we knew some of the things and a little bit here and there. If you could do it during your next report, we'd certainly appreciate it.
We'll see how we can work that in, Judge.
Okay, please.
I'm glad the judge brought that up, because I was gonna ask for the same thing. It was very eye-opening, and we've always known and seen you work so diligently and so hard, but it really was a good opportunity to get more knowledge about the services that you provide, and everyone in this community should be, we want them to be as grateful as we are for what you're doing for our veterans, so.
I'll just put it this way, since you've been running that department, I've not had one person call or come by and complain about your services. And that's wonderful.
Well,
Because you
I'm grateful
you
for that.
provide a lot of contacts, a lot
Yeah.
of service, so thank you for what you do for us.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 15, discussion and possible action to approval of accounts payable. Ms. Kramer?
And might I add, those chairs out in front of Eric's office are never empty. There's always somebody waiting for him next in line. He stays very, very busy. Again, I need to change this by a little bit of money, not the 447, it's actually 446, 749.28. We had the EDS gave us a corrected report on the fuel. The per gallon apparently is a little less, so it's made a difference in all of the different guys that are going out to their office to put fuel in their vehicles. The difference is $692.67, so the total now will be 446, 749.28, and you already got the correct report. Okay. But otherwise, there was a payment, I believe, for the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, and the courthouse, no, I'm sorry, for the courthouse repairs, that's in there. All the rest are regular bills.
I make a motion to approve accounts payable for 446, 749.28.
Second?
Motion been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 16.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.
I figured that.